Please. All right, we're live. And there's by the way, there's a couple of minutes for people to join us. So, well, I suppose it's good morning to you guys. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. Good morning to anyone in Australia and New Zealand crazy enough to be up at this hour listening to this. My name is Peter Shravmate. I'm the Global Director of Sales, Marketing and Revenue at BoxBrownie.com. And I'm joined by two really, really good friends of mine, all the way from California in the US. I've got Tree, as she's put on it as a name, Teresa, and Dennis Walsh, Certified New Home Specialist. Good morning to you both. How are you?
Good morning.
How are you, Peter?
Great. Yeah, always a pleasure, Peter. We always have fun with you.
Yeah, likewise. Dennis is joining me from the studio, and Teresa is joining me from the home office, I believe. Is that correct? How have we got this set up this morning?
That's it.
Pretty much exactly as it is. Look, today we've entitled this. Well, actually, Dennis came up with the name of Smell of Sawdust. Dennis, how did you arrive at that?
Well, it's funny. As a kid growing up around construction, I just remember always being excited about the smell of sawdust, right? It was a new project, a new home being built. I actually like the smell of fresh concrete too. I don't know if others can relate to that, but I found over the years, well, I would say that's the smell of money, Peter. They're pouring footers and getting the foundation going. But it's funny, over the years, I remember sharing that with people and saying, did you ever get excited about the smell of sawdust? And they'd say, yes. So I know I'm not the only one. I don't know about you, but
yeah, well, no, it's funny too, when you get a new car and that new car smell, right, which I've been told is actually glue. So
explains a lot, Peter.
It smells. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably does. We are here to talk about, I suppose, not just transitioning, but positioning yourself as a real estate agent to deal with anything really in the building and construction game, and that's really what you guys do. Is that right? In a nutshell, I've simplified it into one sentence.
That was beautiful. That's the elevator. That's the elevator pitch at its finest.
Excellent. I've nailed it. And obviously, if you're joining us today, you have some kind of idea of who Box Brownie is. By the way, we love interacting. So if you get a chance, drop something in the post. Let us know you're there. Otherwise, we're just talking to each other on screens. And given the COVID scenario that we've just been through, we know exactly what that feels like. So if you're joining us anywhere, if you're on Facebook or YouTube or Ubook or Facebook, whatever, just drop it in the chat. Let me know you're here, where you're from. Say g'day to us, and if you want to comment along the way, we can flick it up on the screen. We can go from there. But look, it's 2 minutes past 4 a.m. here in Australia, or 2 minutes past 11 Pacific Standard Time for our Californians out there. I see we've just got John Raker, who's joined us from First Coast Sotheby's, Amelia Island, Florida. I assume so. Hello from the other coast, and hello from the deep south. Please keep it coming. Let us know where you're joining from. But we're on a short time frame today, so we really want to get some content out to you. I'm going to throw it over to Dennis to have a bit of a chat about what Certified New Home Specialist means. Dennis, if you don't mind, take it away. Do you need me to add your screen to this?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just hop out of the way, and I'll
behind the curtain over there, in front of the curtain.
Yeah, something about that, but far away anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, we're excited to be here with you. We don't have a whole lot of time. And of course, normally when we hang out with Peter, we end up wasting a bunch of time, but we promise we won't do that. We won't do that today. And what our goal here today, the title of the course again, or the title of the session is The Smell of Sawdust: Gain More Listings, More Buyers, and More Closed Transactions. As Peter indicated, Teresa and I have dedicated our life to helping real estate professionals grow their business around residential construction. So I grew up in a construction family, met Teresa. She was in a construction family. Had this idea 32 years ago of creating this business. And in those 32 years, we have trained now more than 170,000 real estate professionals. We've had the honor of consulting with folks at the very highest levels, all levels of the industry. And we've seen tremendous success. And over those 32 years, we've seen unbelievable changes in the market, unbelievable changes in the industry. And of course, between the Great Recession and the pandemic, the unbelievable change just continues. The good news is that this presents lots and lots of opportunities for us. So what I'd like to do is just kind of show you here. This is from our homepage on our website, sellnewhomes.com. You'll see we have 3 designation courses. So our Certified New Home Specialist course, all about working with builders, new home buyers, developers, flippers, all that sort of thing. And again, we've had just so many folks through that course, building their business, creating new opportunity, creating new listings, and all those kinds of good things. What I'm going to do is for each of these courses here, I'm going to give you just a quick look at the opportunities, the market dynamics, help you understand how this might impact your business, present opportunities for you. Our residential construction certified sits right in the middle here. This is how a home is built. Materials, methods, structure, terminology, foundational material or information for your success as a real estate professional, whether you're selling old or new. And I think there's more of a need today than ever before to be able to speak the language of construction as we live in an HGTV world. Our folks, our customers are out there. They want to understand the details of construction. They have a better awareness themselves. So that's the foundation. And that particular course is packaged with both our Certified New Home Specialist and our Residential Remodeling Specialist, which is our newest course, just rolled out earlier this year, a labor of love we've been working on for some time. And I'll tell you a little bit about that and how that can grow your business as well. At the bottom of the screen, I just have a note here. Are you a waiter or a creator? And this is really the heart of our philosophy. We've talked many years about the idea that many folks in the business, majority, are in essence waiters, waiting for something good to happen. We're doing our marketing, we're positioning ourselves, we're reaching out to our sphere of influence, all good stuff. But I'll talk to agents, I'll talk to brokers, and they'll say, look, all we can do is hope that phone is going to ring and good opportunities are going to come our way. Well, the reality is there's much more. If we change our mindset from simply waiting and hoping that phone rings and we get that referral, and I'll ask a lot of folks, what are you doing about inventory? There's a shortage of inventory. Well, all I can do is wait for developers to develop and builders to build and hopefully get involved in some of those sales. Well, no, you don't have to just wait. You can go out and create those opportunities. So that's the heart of our message in our training, and the success that tens of thousands of folks have having right now today because of applying that philosophy in their business is incredibly exciting. I put some pies up here for you. I hope you're not all too hungry at this point. But the message here we talked over the years, so many folks in the business of real estate are fighting for a piece of the same pie. And what we'd like to suggest is that learning how to bake your own pie is an unbelievable secret to success. Now, you may be saying, what the heck are you talking about? Hopefully in just a few minutes, you'll have a better understanding. But again, it's about pulling the ingredients together, having the awareness of the market opportunities, pulling the players together, and not just waiting for real estate to happen, but going out and making it happen. We believe this is the future of real estate. We have folks out every day building incredible success doing this. And the one other important message here, this is not something that the big portals can do, the iBuyers, the discount brokers, all these disruptors out there, they like to call themselves, who are trying to find a way to move us as real estate professionals out of the transaction. In our training and the opportunities we're talking about here today, this is an opportunity for you to keep yourself front and center, to earn great commissions, and to build a long-term solid future of success. So what I'd like to do here is I'm going to chat a little bit about market dynamics that are impacting our industry, things you're well aware of, but they also indicate why there's opportunities, demonstrate why there's opportunities for us as we move into becoming a remodeling or a new home specialist. Number one, we have an aging housing stock and an inventory shortage. So you're aware of that, right? 80% of the homes in America are 20 years old or older. A full 40% are 50 years old or older. So that's a lot of inventory out there. We have people fist fighting multiple offers on homes that are pretty. They're all dressed up and look nice and move in ready. But there's a lot of inventory out there, maybe not as horrible as the one image on the screen right now, but we have a lot of homes out there that need some love, need some updating, and specializing in helping people sort that out is a powerful way to grow your business. So this need is going to go on for literally decades. Number two, we have the largest population of seniors in U.S. history. We have a huge growing demand for multi-generational housing. We have a huge need to help people move out of homes that are no longer ideal for their needs. There's incredible opportunity in the arena of creating seniors communities, seniors housing solutions. There's incredible opportunity of helping folks determine how to age in place. And in the middle of all of that, providing that guidance, are unbelievable opportunities for us to gain new listings, new clients, close transactions. Number 3, households redefining the meaning of home. We've heard a lot about this, but we know as people have gone through the pandemic, we have a dramatically larger audience of folks out there who are working out of their home and will continue to do that for the long term. We have people looking for expanded space in their home as they spend more time there, home exercise rooms. We have people looking for a higher air quality and sanitary standards in the way their homes are built. So lots of powerful needs that are changing. We have a majority of homeowners out there today who want to remodel. So we have roughly an inventory of somewhere in the range of 135, 140 million homes across the U.S., and it's estimated that as many as 90% of those homeowners want to make some substantial improvements, changes to their home. But guess what? They don't know where to start. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know how to find good contractors. They don't know how to fund and finance that properly. We teach you all of these things. Most importantly, they don't know not only what it would cost, and we have apps and partners to help you get to those kinds of numbers, but they don't know how the investment in this home will impact their equity, will impact the value of the home, and ultimately their overall financial position there. And that's where we can come in and meet with these people, provide guidance, and in the process generate tremendous new opportunities. Number 5, the majority of home shoppers desire a brand new home. It's shown that over 60% of all active shoppers today desire a brand new home. And yet a very small percentage of real estate professionals are out there truly providing the guidance, positioning themselves as experts. What happens, think about it. We have majority of people who want to shop for a new home. We know there's only so much availability. There's also the issues of cost, location, timing. Those are now active shoppers. They want to buy. What's the next best alternative to a brand new home? Would be an older home that is remodeled, renovated, and improved to feel like a brand new home and adapted to meet their needs. So again, having the skills to make that happen is incredibly powerful. I'm going to show you very quickly a survey done by the National Association of Home Builders asking shoppers, active home shoppers, and these are people who are in the market to buy a home in the next 12 months or less, asking them about their interest in new homes as opposed to existing. So here's our survey. 22% will only buy a brand new home. If they can't make that happen, they're just going to sit and wait until they can. So again, probably not a surprise to you. And you can adapt this based on your market and new home availability and buyer attitudes and so on. But again, 22% will only buy new. 38% prefer new, but want to compare new to existing. So look at this massive segment. That leaves 40% who will only buy an existing home. So whether it be location, timing, whether they're just enamored with all the HGTV shows and they want to become Chip and Joanna, whatever it may be, we've got this segment here. But I'd like to ask you, think about it for a moment. I talked about the idea of baking your own pie and how so many folks in the business are focused on fighting for a piece of the same pie. What piece of this pie is most everyone in real estate focused on? We know the answer. It's that yellow 40%. Yet we have a full 60% that want to shop for a brand new home as part and parcel of their shopping experience. On top of that, 92% of all active home shoppers want to work with a real estate professional. So let me ask you this question. If Teresa and I were moving to your neighborhood, your market area, this is where you built your business, your reputation, you do what you do at the highest level. If we were looking for a real estate professional who was also an expert in new homes, we were part of this 60%. Today, would we find you? And we've literally talked to people who've been in the business 25, 35, 40 years or more. We ask that question and they say, no, honestly, no, I haven't positioned myself that way. And we say, isn't that a shame? All the hard work you've done, building your reputation, all the money you've invested, all the work you've done, and yet 60% of active shoppers are not going to find you when they're looking for this solution. So interesting. Keep that in mind. So what are your opportunities as a new home specialist, let's go through this very quickly. A lot of people think of simply representing a builder. Well, that's a huge area of opportunity. We have had so many success stories of people getting together with a builder, smaller builder, growing a builder from a small volume to the larger volume, taking on medium-sized regional builders, and so on and so on. So we have builder developer representation. One area of opportunity, we teach you how to do this from soup to nuts. What does that involve? The sale of market homes, which is a term I like to use instead of spec home. I think a spec is something on your glasses that's annoying. But a market home, of course, is a home that's designed specifically to meet the needs of this market and the needs of buyers and brings great value and so on. But it's marketing these homes, custom home sales, building lot sales. And another category here is raw land sales, a huge area of opportunity. I grew up on my grandfather's farm, and he raised hunting dogs. So I call it bird, dog, and land. And we literally have people who've never thought of doing this. We had a fellow only in real estate about a year and a half who took our course, went out. He says, Dennis, I'm on a bird, dog, land. I'm going to bake my own pie. And about 8 months later, he is now working on a 200-unit subdivision. That's going to be his exclusive listing. He's helping the developers. He brought investors. He's helping the builders determine the product to build. How's that for being a creator and baking your own pie? Another huge area of opportunity, new home buyer representation. Position yourself as an expert to help people shop, compare builders, determine what to build, where to build, how to sort it out. Tremendous opportunity. Infill building and development, that's tear downs, rebuilds, another massive area. It's estimated last year that 30% of all residential building permits that were issued nationwide were some form of infill building and development. Again, we teach you how to find this stuff, how to do this business. We have had tremendous success stories in people pursuing infill when no other agents in the area even know what the heck it is or what's going on. It's very, very exciting. Next, we have new home sales drives resales. The message here is that the more active you are in new homes, the more you're going to drive resales. The majority of new home buyers have existing homes to sell, right? Many people shopping for new homes ultimately buy almost new homes, right? Or older homes that you can help them determine how to renovate. So tremendous opportunities there. I'm going to next go through very quickly opportunities from the standpoint of a remodeling specialist. Why would you want to position yourself that way? How would that benefit your business? You can differentiate yourself beyond normal real estate sales. Instead of the typical agent, everyone's singing the same song, you can now position yourself in a way that brings tremendous more value. You can enhance your current sphere of influence relationships. Instead of sending out a new recipe and a holiday card, start positioning yourself as someone who can truly help them with their home ownership experience. Grow your sphere of influence. Start marketing that expertise to a broader area of homeowners. Target areas with older homes, and you will be surprised at how many people will reach out for the support you can offer. Bring more values to sellers. Help them determine what improvements to make to position their home for the maximum sale. Bring more value to buyers. I don't know if you've ever seen the Property Brothers TV show, but helping people shop for homes that need improvements, helping them determine what those are, what the cost will be. And then again, what we teach you how to do is not a CMA, but an RVA, a remodeling value analysis, a very powerful approach to helping them determine the investment they're going to make and so on. Increase your professional relationships. Work with flippers and investors. Some of our folks are out there with these customers. Hey, flippers and investors don't want to track down properties. They don't want to figure out what improvements to make. We can provide that guidance and turn that into business over and over again. Better understand your overall home values in your market and expand the market, create more listings, bring on more buyers, and close more transactions. So how exciting is that? Peter, are you excited about that?
I absolutely love it. Like I guess a convert anyway, because I started out as a real estate agent and I ended up as a certified new home specialist. The Aussie version. We obviously don't use those words for it, but I think anyone any real estate agent who's not looking to sort of underpin the listing. The listings that they generate with some kind of building and construction game has rocks in their head, because the reality is these are listings that come through all the time if you manage the relationship right. So I'm glad there's a service like you guys out there actually telling people how to do this, because I didn't have that. I had to fumble my way through the dark, and I ran into a lot of brick walls on that way. I even the new one that you've just put in here, the residential remodeling specialist, is excellent as well. Just for those of you who are looking at, you might be in a suburb where a lot of the properties are older in nature, and over a period of time, gentrification happens. People move out of the suburbs, and in accordance with that, renovation happens. So, if you're in one of those, I would consider this as a default, because you'll be able to walk in and identify things that real estate agents or realtors, whichever word you want to use, they won't pick it. But look, excellent. Thanks for coming and sharing that. Tree, what have you got for us? Do you guys have sessions or seminars coming up? Is that right?
Exactly, Peter. Thank you so much. So any of you that are excited about this, I'm going to talk really, really fast. So we have a couple of sessions.
I don't know. Lay it out. We're not in a hurry.
Thanks, Peter. So the online courses, I don't want you to think that you're reading, bored out of your mind, curing insomnia. We've all done those online boring classes. You're going to be listening to Dennis. You've got these visuals on your computer screen, listening to Dennis, downloading worksheets, and taking the training whenever it's convenient, which is awesome. Residential Remodeling Specialist is a 7-hour online course. So we're going to be doing a session where we're doing a kickoff. So you could sign up. If you want to go to the next session, the next slide, Dan, that'd be great.
Oh, here.
I'm going to explain about all of our designations. No annual fees. You've got 2 years access to the training, which is awesome. 90-day satisfaction guarantee. That means if you are not thrilled for whatever reason, give us a call. We'll refund you the full amount. You've got 3 months to do that, but 2 years access to the training, which is wonderful. And if you get the marketing tools, which are PowerPoint slides and fillable PDFs, content for your social media, those are lifetime access, which is awesome. So independent study found that agents that have our certified new home specialist on average earn $53,000 more annual income.
Crazy. $53,000. I'll take that. Thank you.
No question about it. Especially with the holidays coming up and everything, right? So on Wednesday, November 17th, we already have discounted pricing on the website for you joining us here today, but this link right here will provide you yet an additional discount towards the training. And we're doing a kickoff Zoom where you'll have Dennis and I for 4 hours on November 17th, where we'll take you not just, talking about things, but through 4 hours of the actual designation course. So we'll be emailing you. Here's the Zoom link, but we'll also be emailing you following up this webinar, the actual promo, so you can get on board with that. And then we'll also be doing a live Zoom RRS, this is for the remodeling, on Thursday, December 2nd. That's 2 hours. Same thing. Here's the link. We'll also be emailing you the promo to that class. So we hope to see you there. We're super, super excited. This is a great holiday gift to give yourselves. It's the gift that just keeps giving and giving, right?
Yep.
So Peter,
Perfect.
It's all yours, my friend.
No, perfect. I suppose we haven't really talked about the synergy, but we met. I met you guys. I could talk about Box Brownies, though it's a we. I met you guys. We're actually through another franchise partnership that we have. But the reality is a lot of our clients are similar in that the real estate agents who are wanting to do building and construction. And we know that because a lot of what goes on here at Box Brownie is not just in the residential real estate. We're also dealing in building and construction. It's actually our fastest growing vertical. So like one of the synergies that we have is a lot of our products. I don't think real estate agents know, but they suit the building and construction game to a T. And then there are some that they may not know about that are equally as beneficial. So I'm going to go over a few of those. I'll duck you guys back from the stream. Just give me a hoy when you want to rejoin. But yeah, thank you very much for that presentation. Greatly appreciate it. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. I'm going to run over a few products here, and I'll catch you at the tail end of that. So For those of you who aren't familiar with what Box Brownie do, we're effectively a website. There are a ton of other things that come with that, but the majority of what we do is we are an online website, and I've just lost my sharing. And there it is. Yeah, so we basically edit images in a nutshell for anybody who chooses to submit them. The largest portion of our events are in building and construction. So you will see here as we work through as I work through the slides, whenever I can get them up. Oh, there we go. Just moving through these, I'm going to run you through a few products that actually are beneficial to the building construction industry. Let me get this going. So yeah, we're a website, and one of the things I'd like to impress upon you is that in the building and construction game, it seems fairly often that people it's not moving. Dennis Teresa, I'll just add you back to the thing. Dennis, can you see my slide? No,
yeah, I can see the slide. Yeah, and then you changed to the one, but now we're getting.
Well, this is awkward. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's always worked. It's worked in the past beautifully. So
yeah.
you stop sharing and start sharing again, I guess.
Let's try that one. Yeah, you can see that. Thanks, Dennis.
I can.
So in the building and construction game, a lot of people are sharing things like this. And what we're encouraging them to do is sort of think outside the square when it comes to marketing anything that doesn't exist. And I'm going to run you through a few things today. I'm just going to deal with the pre-construction side of things that sits there. Let me just make this a little bit larger. The pre-construction is what I'm dealing with today. So I've decided to commence with land because I think that's a large portion of where people start off. If you have a look at this survey plan here, this is really where I see a lot of people kick off when it comes to land. And my encouragement to them is, whether you're developing building on top of that or anything else, is to actually beautify that by making it a development plan. And these things start at $24 and they go up to about $100. They're not expensive. They just make the overall layout look fantastic. And that can be a site plan like you see here. These are obviously townhouses or apartments of some type, but the overall crux of the information is that you should be, if you're going to present this, and it might even be to council that you're presenting this, you should actually be council or the authorities that are there, you should actually put it in the best possible light, not expensive, really quick. So as soon as somebody is dealing with land, I look at the plat map, if you want to call it that. We call it a survey plan over here. We look at that and we will beautify that. The second thing I always ask people is, do you have aerial imagery of the area that you're looking at? We look at really intriguing ways of going over the aerial imagery, and this is called a lot overlay. Looks pretty spectacular when you're trying to sell a development, and tells people exactly what it is they're looking at. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a site plan. This one is going to be a commercial division. This one will be a residential subdivision. We've got houses going in here and you can see all the building and construction. So I actually think drone photography when it comes to any kind of new build is underrated. And there's no reason it should be, because every man and his sister's girlfriend's boyfriend's father's dog has a drone. So, you're just putting them up there and we will do the rest. We will literally edit the rest for you. So consider aerial imagery, not just to highlight lots, but to actually do things like geographical locations. Really, really important when you're trying to tell people what's around the area. So, I would use this. I would use aerial imagery. If you're starting out, look at the actual plat map. Can we beautify that? Look at drone photography. What can we do with that to actually highlight the area it's in? Let's move along to dwellings and structures. And I guess the issue is, how do you actually market something that isn't there? That's been the ongoing question. And through my time doing this, 20 odd years of marketing things that aren't there, we've made improvements, and I'm going to show you a few of those today. But let's just start out with this. The humble floor plan is highly underestimated. So this might be the drawing that you have. We redraw that in black and white. We can do it in a range of colors. We can demonstrate things in, like in 2D texture, just as you see here. And the crazy part about this is it's pretty much instantaneous. It comes back to you overnight. It's $24 to $32 for the things that you're looking at in front of you, including this 3D floor plan. So just as a very, very basic starting point, here is what I would start if I'm trying to market something that doesn't exist. You're crazy if you don't look at this. This one is actually demonstrating the landscape courtyard in the middle, which is very unique to this type of construction. And the floor plan does that perfectly. I don't care how good or bad you are at drawing. You could look like your 2-year-old has drawn this. We can make it look pretty schmick. So, just as far as these floor plans are concerned, it doesn't matter your skill level. It doesn't matter where you are. This should be a starting point. Now, if you're not using renders and CGIs, I'd highly recommend you look at it. Here's a case study. If I can draw your attention to the box down on the bottom right-hand side. This particular seller looked at 3 houses in the same street, same area, $479, and you can see these are all listed on Zillow. So 73 days on Zillow, 312 views, and 4 saves. That's been marketed with just an elevation. This is a pre-construction photo, or during construction photo, not pre-construction. Pre-settlement photo. So 14 days, 604 views, 8 saves. So roughly double using actually real photography. And then we go to the renders, and this is just blowing it out of the water, where you've got 5,172 views, 265 saves. It's crazy, but it demonstrates to you the power of marketing, all in the same street. So I've got to assume all on Zillow, buyers are seeing all 3 properties, but they're naturally gravitating to the one that's marketed better. So you've got these renders and CGIs, and these start at $280 and sort of work forward from there. And some of them are magic. They'll go from being the humble house, as we saw before, through to luxury. We can do anything with a render. We can drop the actual winery buildings into the winery, as we've done here for this hillside winery. We can take a house that is currently there, remove it, and replace it with 2 that will actually be there. So renders and CGIs are just amazing. You can go from exterior to interior. You can really show people what they need to see. This one is simply of a staircase. The buyer wanted to have a look and see what the staircase would look like. So, don't underestimate the power of a render. Now, the final thing that I want to show you today is render CGI tours. These are brand new. So, if you're dealing with a builder, they will never have seen this tech before. This is where we take a 360-degree render, and we actually make a complete 360 of a house that doesn't exist yet. So it's a computer-generated image, very much like what you will see in a virtual tour. You can navigate throughout the house. You can click on these and just swirl around. So it's an immersive way of actually showing a buyer what a house might look like before the house is even constructed. We're currently in the pantry, which is crazy. But there's a bunch of things we use these kind of renders. I'm going to take you to this one here, which demonstrates pretty well the advantages of having this all digital. So if you watch this, the question that is being asked in line with the builder here is, what do the different styles look like that are part of the house? What are the different styles that we can get? And you can see us just simply clicking through them, and it gives them an idea of what simply classic or simply grey or simply white will look like at the actual property. And why that is so important is because that's quite often the objection that you have to deal with, that stopping the purchaser deciding on that property. And that's not the only thing we can do. We can actually change the physical structure. So if you have a look at this one here, we can click on this button at the top, and it'll give us 3 different types of actual layout to put on the lot, which is super cool. And think about that if you've joined us and you're in construction. think about that in the construction world, in the commercial world as well, where we can change a bakery into a cafe or whatever it may be. So it opens the world of possibilities up, and these are called Render Virtual Tours. It's $400 per 360 to give you an idea of price, and you'll probably get them back between 14 and 21 days, depending on how many you're ordering and how big the development is. But that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I'm gonna invite my guests back to the stream. Tree, Dennis, what do you think of all of this? Is it worth adding to your product? Have you seen? I know you've seen my presentation before, but have you seen the Render Virtual Tours anywhere else?
No, that's awesome. We've seen a few people who at a much more expensive level create something that's trying to approach that, but I've never seen anything comparable. And I have to say, every time I see this, and I've been at this for a long time, and I used to design and build custom homes, and you hit the nail on the head. The challenge is for people visualizing. I think you and I talked about it once before, but only 30% of the population has the ability to visualize in 3D if they have the training and they have the experience to do that. Now, most of those people are designing and building homes already. So the majority of people have no clue. I used to spend untold hours sketching little renderings and so on, trying to give people a sense, to your point, showing the different colors and finishes and try to help people through that. I used to dream that someday something like this would exist, but the level that you do it, and Peter, it ties into, for example, I think I mentioned our son picked up a listing from another realtor who owned a complete teardown, and the guy wasn't able to sell it. And our son has gone through our training, specializes in construction, remodeling, that sort of thing. One of the first things he did was get together with BoxBrownie, take photos of some different homes in the neighborhood that had been completely rebuilt, went ahead and applied those several different styles to this lot with this horrible teardown. And in less than 30 days, he ended up closing a $2.8 million sale.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Where another top real estate agent couldn't even sell the property. So your tools are absolutely essential. And on every level. I mean, they didn't see today, but what you do just enhancing the sky, and some of the little improvements you make, that the work you do, I don't know if you can describe it, where the photos in the room also adjust for the outside lighting so you don't lose the views. And those things are incredibly powerful at such a reasonable cost.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get into our standard product list. If anyone does want to go and have a look at that, if you're here today and you're not sure, I guess I don't know why I call it standard, but in the residential real estate where we're best known, we have standard products there, and I haven't looked at any of those today. If you're watching this and you're unsure of what Dennis is talking about, just go to the website BoxBrownie.com. It'll flash up there in front of you. Guys, you train like a ton of agents in your time. What's the biggest barrier to an agent actually saying to you, can you help me out here? What do you think, for people who are watching this down the other end, who haven't sat the Certified New Home Specialist course? What is it that they, what are the objections that you get to people actually signing up and listening?
Tree, would you like to take that, or what do you think?
Great question. I just got a call from an agent in Colorado about a month ago. She just calls me up. I don't need your designations. I said, okay, well, I'm so glad you called. This is great. I said, you did call me, right? She says, yeah. I said, okay. I said, well, what prompted you to call? She says, yeah, we probably didn't get off on the right foot. I said, talk to me. What's happening? She said, I have seen your designations all over, and I've seen the agents that have your designations doing a ton of business, but I've been in the business 22 years. What are you going to teach me? I said, okay, that's fair. I said, well, let me ask you this one question. You've been in the business 22 years, and this is what Dunn talked about right at the beginning of the session. If my husband and I were moving to your market area, and current statistics, 92% of active home shoppers want to work with us as realtors, which is great. 60% want new construction. So if we're one of those 92% and the 60 that want new construction, are we going to find you? I hear crickets. Okay. And she says, well, no. I said, and isn't that a shame? Because I know you've invested a ton of money in marketing, but you're missing a massive piece of the pie. She says, here's my credit card information. Thank you very much. That was it. So it's just like, we're going to open your eyes to opportunities, teach you how to get on people's radar, builders, investors, developers, you name it. You never hear anybody say, Peter, you know what? I kept doing what I was doing, and all of a sudden I just became so successful. You do not hear that.
Yeah.
It's that tweak, that new thing you're going to implement into your business. That's the game changer.
Just to add one more response to your question very quickly, Peter, is
sure. Yep.
one of the biggest objections, or I would say obstacles, that we've had in over 3 decades delivering this training is many people in real estate only think in terms of new homes being representing a builder and sitting on site. And that's, and that's not for everyone. Now, we, again, tens of thousands of people out there going nuts and loving that business. But the majority of folks in real estate want more flexibility, want to grow their resale business. That's why if you take a look, we teach, buyer representation, the infill stuff, working with flippers. There's so many other ways. And what's cool is, as opportunities change, as your experience changes, as the market changes, you can continue to adapt the direction you go, applying these skills to just grow in your business in a new and lucrative way. So it's tremendously more than that.
Yeah. And so speaking personally, as soon as I realized that I could attach myself to a builder as a real estate agent, I did that. And, they, at one point, just one builder was feeding me 180 units to sell. Now, wow. I actually felt like it was a higher level of management than the residential sales that I was doing. I felt like the relationship had to be nurtured in a much different way, and that's what these guys are here for. So, look, today, if you're considering it, I would jump in both feet. I can speak personally saying that then it changed the course of my career. I didn't go back into residential. I spent after I did this 20 odd years ago, I spent the remaining 15 years of operation in real estate selling things that didn't exist, investment properties off the plan and whatever else, because I found it was a more guaranteed way of income. And if you're a broker out there, I'm not telling agents to leave your brokerage. I actually did residential sales at the same time I did that. I just lessened the amount that I did. And my broker, or principal, as the term we use here in Australia, they never denied me the bag full of listings that I'd bring through the door anyway, and what that actually brings to an agency. So, if you're listening, jump on, find out what these guys are doing. There is a link in the chat. So if you go to sellnewhomes.com/RRS live, I know I say that with a funny accent, but it's in the chat. So if there's any questions that you have, hit us up after this. Also, this recording will remain on Facebook and also in our YouTube channel. So if you want to share it with anyone, just get the link and forward it through to whoever that may be. But Dennis, Teresa, thank you for joining today on our humble go live to Facebook and YouTube channel. It's wonderful to see you guys as per usual.
Wonderful to see you too, Peter. Get some rest now, okay? You're done for the day, all right?
No, sadly, I'm not done for the day, but thank you. I'll let the boss know that you gave me the day off. All right. It's good to see you all. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. You too. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.